Hi and welcome to What's for Dinner, the crazy online cookie show where I show you how to make a meal in 30 minutes or less with all the crazy hustle and bustle going on around you. Today we're talking about New Year's resolution, and one of mine is to eat healthier and to cook for my family every day. And so one complaint I hear more than anything is that it is expensive to eat healthy. So one tip that I have is to buy in bulk. And buying in bulk takes a little bit of preparation, it takes a little bit of patience, and it takes a little bit of forethought. And so we're the way that we buy in bulk in my family is we're a part of a veggie co-op. So we get about 30 pounds of veggies every 2 weeks, and that takes a ton of planning. Not a ton, it takes a little planning. For me it's a ton because I'm a fly by the seat of your pants kind of gal, and a little bit of preparation. So today I'm going to show you how to store your veggies and make them last for 2 weeks and a few tips and tricks. Alright, so with your produce, what I highly, like your leafy produce, what I highly recommend is go ahead and wash it, dry it thoroughly, and we're going to do that with our salad spinner. And then I go ahead and measure out my salads so that they're ready to go, and I can just grab a salad instead of some chips, and then I have a little ready to go snack. Alright, so I have some lettuce that I have rinsed in the sink, and I'm going to put it in my salad and berry spinner. The salad and berry spinner comes with 2 spinners. It's a salad bowl. It's an acrylic salad bowl. It comes with 2 spinners, one for salad and one for berries, a smaller one for berries. It's important to do your salad and berries early so that they don't get moldy and so they don't get wilty. And so the more water that you can pull away from the leaves or from your berries, either one, the longer it's going to last. It's going to not mold, it's not going to get wilty, it's not going to get ooey. Alright, anyone who's used the manual food processor, this is the same idea. And you can see the water just being pulled away. And you just let it go. This is also good if you have the bat wings. Work on one side for a little bit, then turn around and work on the other. This is a great activity for kids. They love to spin it. And so this is what I'll let, and it's not dangerous, and so this is one thing that I let the kids do. I wash it real good, and then I let them sit here and go to town. Alright, so when you're done with that, after you've gotten it good and dry, oh, by the way, there is a stop button, and so if it's going and you don't want it to explode everywhere, there is a stop button. So you can just push and stop, and then open it. Once it's good and dry, you can, I need a bigger kitchen. Come on over to your cutting board and then chop it up really however you like it for your salads. Another feature of the salad spinner is, the berry and salad spinner, is that you can get a lid that goes with it. You take out the spinner, use the bowl for your salad, and there are lids that go with it that you can pull out the air, and that's going to make your stuff last even longer. I have those on the way. They're not here yet, so what I'm going to use are our leak-proof containers. The cool thing about the leak-proof containers are, as a host, you can get them as a set, all of them as a set for half off. And that's one of your host benefits. I hosted a show the last day of the month, and that was my host reward. Even as a consultant, I can host shows and I can get free products too. And I'm paid like a real job. I'm not paid in just products. So there's multi-levels of benefits. Alright, so just take my flexible cutting mat. If you want, if you're not going to eat this immediately, I would line the bottom with a paper towel and go from there. Alright, I'll get you down in just a second. And then you can grab it and take it to work. Grab it, take it with you in the car if you're doing a bunch of running around, and you're good to go. So that's the first thing. If your salad comes like this, then this is going to be good for at least a week. Usually I can get these stretched to 2 or 3 weeks. I do not wash them ahead of time. I leave them in the bag and we're good to go. Alright, I'll be there in just a second. Kale will last about a week. If you're kind of like me and you don't know what to do with it, then what I have started doing is I grab our microwave chip maker. I put a layer of kale on both sides, spritz it with some olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, microwave it for 3 minutes, and then I store in one of these glass containers, and you have instant chips. It's healthy, it's a superfood. The only tip is there is a very thick rib. Make sure when you're taking the leaves off to not include this rib, otherwise you're going to get a lot of chewiness. The kids eat it up. They eat it like it's a potato chip. It's the craziest thing. I mean, they go to town. Even the dog likes it. It's a good snack. It's great in smoothies. You can juice it. It truly is a superfood. If I want to sneak it into something, I sneak it into lasagnas by chopping it up super fine and pretending like it's spinach, which my kids love. But I also would wash this really well, put it in your salad spinner, and go. It starts to yellow pretty quickly, so you want to eat it within the first week. All of your lettuce, chop it up, get it super dry, and store it so you can eat it immediately. Bok choy will usually last. This is baby bok choy. It's super sandy, so you want to chop off the ends, rinse it really good, spin it in your salad spinner. And if you leave it whole and kind of sandy, it's gross. But I put it in like a Kroger bag or a Target bag or something like that, so it doesn't get my inside of my fridge dirty, and I store it whole so it doesn't go bad, and it will last for 2 weeks. This is great raw. The baby is great raw in salads. You can use your mandolin and make it really fine, or you can use it in stir fries and Asian dishes. Carrots will last for about 2 weeks. The tops are great in juices and smoothies, and then the bottoms can be eaten raw. They're great for snacks, put in steamed and pureed for baby food, or in soup, stews, chilies, not chilies, or whatever. Good with roast. Now, tomatoes are very sensitive, and sometimes we get not a bad tomato, but not a pretty tomato. I try to use that immediately before the family sees it and gets all grossed out. It's still a great tomato. It's not rotting. It's not bad. It's just not pretty, and so I try to chop it up and throw it in whatever I'm cooking. Tomatoes should be refrigerated, and they can last a week and a half, depending on how fresh they are. Cauliflower. If you're not going to use it immediately, I store it just like this and put it in the fridge. And then when you're ready for it, it's great roasted. You can boil it and then mash it with your potato masher and have a faux mashed potato. But if you have little spots on it, just cut off the little spot and then cook the rest. And if it's starting to get spots, go ahead. That means it's time to cook it before those spots spread. Baby carrots, they last about a week and a half, 2 weeks. You can get it to stretch to 3 weeks once they start turning white too. I do the organic because they don't have additives. The baby carrots at the grocery store that are not organic have additives on it to keep them from spoiling. Avocados. When they're hard as a rock, wait. Within a couple of days, I do not put them in the fridge. Within a couple of days, they'll be ready to go once they turn black and they're a little bit soft. These are a little soft. I'd give them another day or two. You do want to use them pretty quickly because if you wait too long, they're toast and there's no salvaging them. Are both of these zucchini? Yes. Zucchini will last a while. Any of your squashes will last a good 2 to 3 weeks. These are the last things that we consume when we're doing our veggie thing. So we start off with our salads, and we have very salad heavy first week, and then we move on to our more hearty veggies such as our squashes. Oranges last forever. Pears do not. Pears, I do refrigerate if I'm not going to consume them in the next day or two. If you refrigerate your apples or your pears, they will last a little bit longer. I don't like mine cold. I like them room temperature. So I do keep them in my little hanging basket, but I have to make sure that I consume them in time so that they don't get all ooey. I make a wonderful brie, a baked brie, and I chop up a little bit of pear, a little bit of pecan, a little bit of jelly of your choice, a little pepper, and cut the brie in half, do all that in the middle, and all that on top, and bake it until it's nice and, not mushy, nice and gooey and ooey. Delicious. I do it with apple too, but with pear it makes it even, it's so good. And you can do that with an overripe pear so you get a little bit of crunch. And that's about it. Your onions, I sometimes put them in the fridge, sometimes I put them in the pantry. Citrus, I put in my little basket here or on the table. It lasts a long time. It outlasts everything else. So I eat my apples and pears first, and then I move to citrus. And that's about it. So Happy New Year. Here's to a healthy and affordable New Year. My resolution is to lose some weight and eat better this year, and to cook at home. So we're trying to save some money, lose some weight, eat a little bit better, and do all the resolutions in one. So Happy New Year and thanks for joining us.